Now this is how you do a MapQuest episode right. You don't acknowledge the existence of the map at all, and you come up with a functional, non-contrived reason why the whole cast can't be there. Twilight is reading to Rainbow Dash, which is almost intolerably adorable and the kind of shipping fuel that makes me go all the way around in a circle. I really hope there's nothing later on in this episode that crushes my hopes and dreams underneath the heels of its romantic jackboot. Oh no. Oh no. No, wait, what? So Dash is really an impressively good friend. I mean, the amount of self-control it takes to make Rainbow Dash resist the urge to brag just to spare her friend's feelings must be astronomical. See, all it takes is a couple of lines and a good scene transition to give Rainbow enough empathy to carry her through all the episodes where she acts like a total tit. Alright, so what's going on? They're at a convention or something?
Now this is something that only a true fan can appreciate.
Bro, isn't that the biggest set piece from the first book?
It describes her dodging a, quote, score of arrows shooting forth, and the correct number of arrows is 20!
20? You mean she didn't dodge a single one? She didn't dodge a single one. After a montage of bonding over their mutual adoration of their favorite indolent swashbuckler, they finally inadvertently reveal their true colors to one another. And as fate would have it, they turn out to be the absolute worst type of people. Fans. Specifically fans who like the same thing for different reasons. Where this episode gets interesting is how they conflate a difference in taste with a factual error. Because while taste and opinions are the very definition of subjective, there's a difference between a disagreement over taste and simply being wrong. So for the whole second act of the episode, Rainbow is trying to convince Quibble that she's right, which the audience already knows she is, so the argument is totally one-sided. So like, it would have been nice if instead of this line,
"There isn't a single thing after Ring of Destiny that is even remotely in the realm of the possible,"
Quibble said everything after Ring of Destiny was riddled with cliche and contrivance. Because the way it is now, it immediately becomes a semantic argument that Rainbow Dash isn't articulate enough to parse out. Because as the episode goes on, you can tell more and more that Quibble knows exactly what he's talking about and that he's read the books enough times to understand exactly why he hates them, and Dash even admits herself that the books are dramatized.
Ugh. Obviously, her wing wasn't broken.
And on top of like actually being really meaningful to the overall arc of the story, this whole second act is extremely funny. Like one of the funniest second acts in any episode. And, you know, explaining a joke would ruin it. That and the script is getting a little long and I'm already late on this video as it is. So now here's something that's not good, meaningful, or funny. It's like, oh, we need to fly up this short distance while carrying this fat bastard. We'll never make it. I mean, I really think this guy should have been like a fat pony model. Because this is like the second time Rainbow had trouble lifting this guy this episode. Even though, you know, Daring Do managed to carry them both with one hoof not very long ago.
We'll have to carry Mr. Adventure Critic out with us. We won't be fast enough.
Why wouldn't they be fast enough to fly out of the thing? Rainbow Dash, Sonic Rainbow 4 ponies? Like, how fat is this fuck?
We'll never make it.
Stand there and talk about how not fast enough you are while using up the precious time you could be using to just fly fucking up through the hole.
I think Rainbow Dash and I have this covered.
Why is going horizontally around the outskirts of the temple faster than just flying straight up? And they end up going out through the top of the temple anyway, so like, what was even the point? What, did they just decide to put this fanfiction scene over the end credits, which made the episode 30 seconds too short? So they had to put in this nonsense? This poppycock? This malarkey? This balderdash? Fogle! This is really the only episode I can think of where in the last 2 minutes it went from a good episode to a goddamn outstanding one. Because in a truly groundbreaking moment of self-reflection, Quibble reveals that he still doesn't like the books after admitting he was wrong.
The later books are slightly more realistic than I gave them credit for. Still don't like them.
He learned that he and Dash have a fundamental difference in taste, and that cuts to the heart of criticism better than any knife. See, the word of any critic or analyst or reviewer, or whatever you decide to call them, has to be weighted against their personal taste, because there is no objective standard for what makes a piece of writing good. And assigning value to anything is an inherently subjective practice. So criticism from any angle, no matter how subjective, is inherently valid.
Someone even said that it was the bestest movie ever because it had lava in it.
Unless your critique is based on a provable factual inaccuracy. In that case, your opinion doesn't deserve respect. But Quibble has enough self-respect to admit that he was wrong, and that being wrong doesn't invalidate the way he feels. It's almost like learning this new information caused him to gain a deeper understanding of himself and the world around him, instead of, just recalling Rainbow Dash retarded. So, yeah. This is a great episode. I mean, the fact that I only had like 30 seconds of runtime to complain about was like really telling of its quality. Sorry, I ran out of script to read. I didn't really compensate for the end card, so yeah. Click all the links, everybody, especially this one. I got a really big video coming up. You don't want to miss it. Yeah. Stinger. This is most assuredly Quibble's fetish. There is no way he doesn't think going out through the top of the temple is a more efficient plan. He just wanted to skid his asshole along the mud at mock speeds. He will never wipe away this shame.